Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, you guys know what we're going to be talking about because Bitcoin just hit $15,000 last night. 2 days ago, it hit $14,000 for the first time since January of 2018, and now we've already rocketed all the way up to $15,000 and change, and in today's video, we need to break down where Bitcoin heads from here because it does look like Bitcoin is about to return to the infamous all-time high at $20,000, but I want to show you how it's going to get there and what Bitcoin is going to surprise you with if you don't pay attention. Because guys, there is an infamous pattern on Bitcoin that I don't want you to miss, and it has to do with one of our favorite indicators down here, the RSI. And while it is true that Bitcoin is more bullish now than it ever has been before, that doesn't mean that the path to $20,000 is obvious. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how our favorite cryptocurrency is going to return to all-time high and beyond in the coming months. And I'm also going to be showing you a few things that you're probably not going to be happy about. I think you're going to get a lot of great value out of today's video, and I think it's imperative that you watch it until the end because we have a lot to discuss. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, Bybit is one of the largest and most trusted leverage exchanges in the entire cryptocurrency market. Sign up with the link in the description down below and use the code WIN$500 to get $500 back after you deposit more than 1.5 Bitcoin. Rewards tier down from there. You can get some free money. I would encourage you to sign up below. It's an amazing exchange, the one that I personally do all of my trading on. And when you sign up, you help to support this channel and all of our videos. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. If you'll remember, 2 days ago, Bitcoin hit $14,000 for the first time ever since the previous all-time high run on election night. I was watching the election and then I was like, now, hang on a second. I got to watch Bitcoin. We're doing some stuff over here. And then Bitcoin this morning breached $15,000. As we can see by this red line, we did previously have a level of resistance that Bitcoin had put into motion back in June of 2019, more than 500 days ago, and Bitcoin has now broken it. I had a feeling Bitcoin was going to rally to 15K after we broke this level of resistance. I even said as much in yesterday's video. And as you can see last night, Bitcoin put a new level of resistance in at $15,001. So let's go ahead and dive into what this means for Bitcoin. Number one, guys, we are getting into some territory that we have not seen in a very long time. Back when Bitcoin was pulling back from $20,000, when we had just started this YouTube channel, one of the levels of resistance that we were looking at was right here around $17,200 on this high. This is likely going to be our next major level of resistance. $15,000 is going to be difficult to break, but it will break, and when it does, watch out for 17.2. Furthermore, we need to take a look at multiple different Fibonacci levels because, as you can see, one of our Fibonacci levels was $13,500. It's a big part of the reason why Bitcoin rejected here is because Bitcoin was testing the golden pocket. The golden pocket being comprised of 0.618, the golden ratio on Fibonacci, and 0.65. Normally on rallies, you will see Bitcoin test these and oftentimes reject from them. This time, it looks like on first glance that Bitcoin is going to break out of the golden pocket. But if we go ahead and move the Fibonacci retracement level from $3,100 as a bottom to $3,800, the bottom we put in March, Bitcoin is still just barely above the golden pocket, meaning that even though we have breached it, we may be seeing a little bit more resistance coming in from this. If you look at Fibonacci retracement, by the way, you can see why it's so powerful. Look at these levels, these support levels. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I'll be honest with you. The exact level that we topped out at was 0.618. Fibonacci is a great tool for you to have in your back pocket. Now, one more thing that we have to keep in mind is that volume is still relatively low. We are seeing an uptrend on Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin has been uptrending for at least 55 days and has rallied 53%. In that time, volume has increased, but not by that much. So too, if we look at Bitcoin on Google search trends, we can see that yes, we've seen more interest come back into the cryptocurrency space. However, Bitcoin is still seeing very low search volume compared to what we saw 5 years ago, for example, when we rallied to 100 on Google search trends. Right now, we're sitting at a comparative 9. So what does a rally coupled with low volume and low search interest on Bitcoin mean? Well, it's actually a good and a bad thing. Number one, it's a bad thing. I'll give you the bad news first. It's a bad thing because it means that the rally is probably going to be unsustainable and we're going to have some kind of corrective movement or consolidation to happen relatively soon. That could result in lower price action. That seems like a bad thing on the surface, but it's actually a very good thing in the long term because number one, if it corrects, we just proved that Bitcoin can hit $15,000, so we're obviously going to buy the dip. That's how bull markets start in the first place. But the other reason why that's such a good thing is, guys, Bitcoin is at $15,000 with just the money that's in the space. There's no outside investment coming in from the retail sector right now. There is a lot of money coming from the institutional side, but many of them are buying Bitcoin OTC, over the counter, meaning they're not affecting price action on exchange. The fact that we're at $15,000 and climbing strong with low volume, overextended RSI, which we're going to get to in a second, and no retail interest to speak of compared to what we saw when Bitcoin hit $15,000 last time at the end of 2017, that speaks volumes to the amount of growth that Bitcoin has done. Over on Glassnode, an absolutely fantastic resource for fundamental analysis, we can see that Bitcoin has seen a large spike in new addresses per week. We're looking at about 3.3 million per week, which is a high only beaten by the high that we saw at the end of 2017. That is a very good thing that we're seeing in a period of, even though Bitcoin's rallying, relatively low interest on Bitcoin. We are seeing, despite a lack of retail hype and mass adoption and news, because everybody's talking about the election right now, Bitcoin is still pumping. So guys, I want to be very clear before I move into my next argument. Bitcoin is looking very, very bullish. Have no fear. We are going back to $20,000, and honestly, at this rate, it might happen before the year's over. I would be surprised if it didn't. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Tell me what you think in the comments section. But one thing I do need to bring to your attention is the RSI on Bitcoin, because it is undeniable that Bitcoin is very overextended on its RSI. We're sitting at 80 on the daily chart. And it's not that Bitcoin can't get overextended on RSI. During the entirety of the previous bull market, we pretty much lived in overextension. But the point I want to make here is not, oh, Bitcoin's overextended, therefore it's going to crash. The point I want to make is, how long does Bitcoin stay up there? Let's take a look at some of these movements above 70 on the RSI during the previous bull market. Here we saw we stayed above 70 for 22 days, 23 days. Here I'll be generous and say we stayed above it for 23 days, even though we had a massive inverse head and shoulders something or other dip right there. Here we saw Bitcoin stay above 70 for 18 days. Here we saw it stay above for 14 days. Here was a long one. We stayed above for 47 days. Over here we stayed above for 23 days or so. I think you see where I'm going with this. I'm not saying that Bitcoin getting overextended is an end of a bull market. In fact, I think quite the opposite. I think it's a very big signal that we are in a bull market. However, Bitcoin has already been above 70 for 16 days. That does give it some more room to run and stay above 60, but it also indicates that Bitcoin is probably going to run out of steam in the next week or so and is going to consolidate. That's what we saw happen on those previous rallies. Most of them stayed above 70 for about 3 weeks. Bitcoin's been above 70 for a little over 2 weeks now. At the end of the day, I want to make something very clear about the nature of technical analysis. Technical analysis is not a tool for predicting the future. A lot of people think it is, but that's not what it was ever intended to be. Technical analysis is the analysis of patterns. It's pattern analysis at its core. And what we do with those patterns is we set up risk to reward ratios so that we can say it is more likely that Bitcoin is going to break bullish here, or it is more likely that Bitcoin is going to trade sideways here, or it is more likely that Bitcoin is going to pull back and bounce at this level. Technical analysis is not the science of telling the future. Technical analysis is the science of building risk to reward ratios so that we can trade based off of those risk to reward ratios. And when you make 100 trades and you're playing with a good risk to reward ratio, statistically speaking, you're going to lose some trades, but also statistically speaking, you are in general going to make money. The technical analysis is very clear here, guys, and we shouldn't ignore it just because we don't want it to be true. The technical analysis says that while, yes, Bitcoin is in a very strong bull market, even during very strong bull markets, the likes of which we saw in 2016 and 17, I don't think anyone would contest that those were very, very powerful movements. Bitcoin will still see correction. Bitcoin will still see consolidation. Bitcoin will still lock in gains. And quite frankly, we want to see that. It is in our very best interest to see Bitcoin consolidate, pull back, lock in gains, build VPVR support so that we can continue the rally healthily, and also, on a selfish note, so that we can buy more Bitcoin. Because I don't know about you, I haven't been this bullish on Bitcoin since I started the YouTube channel 3 years ago. The third birthday of the channel is in 11 days, by the way. So I want to be very clear here, guys. Over the next 60 to 90 days, I think Bitcoin's going to do something like this, and we're going to return to $19,833. Around 20K, that was the exact previous high. It was just below 20K, and I think we're going to breach it. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think we're going to confidently breach it. From there, guys, the sky's the limit. I could see us going to $25,000 or $30,000 in the next 6 months, so make sure you strap in big for that. I am very bullish on Bitcoin. I don't want to twist my words, but we do want to see some consolidation here, guys. What did we see in these last several rallies? We saw rally, consolidation, rally, consolidation, rally. What comes next? Say it with me. Rally? No, consolidation. So guys, I just want you to understand we have a gigantic inverse head and shoulders pattern. The RSI is saying, well, yes, we're overextended. Yes, we're also going into a giant bull market. I can rattle off technical indicators until I lose my voice, but the fact remains Bitcoin is bullish and we're heading north and adoption is coming and we are going to be very, very wealthy because of it. And we're going to help a lot of people because of that, which is the most important part. But let's not let FOMO blind us. I really wish back during 2017 I had someone to tell me that. So I'm going to tell you that because you may have just gotten into cryptocurrency. This might be your first foray into Bitcoin. You may have just gotten here. Tell me in the comment section down below if you've been here for less than a year. You're still green, my friend. If you haven't been here for that long, don't act like you have been because you probably don't know what you don't know. I'm still learning every single day, so keep your humility because you will get burned if you don't have it. And one of the things that I will tell you as someone who has been in the space for over 3 years now is that when Bitcoin rallies, it's easy to get FOMO. It's easy to get excited for good reason, by the way. What's not easy is taking your emotion out of your trading. Taking emotion out of trading is not just about not fudding and exiting a trade because you're scared. It's also about not entering a trade because you're overly excited and you're trading based off of your emotion instead of your intellect, your rationale, your technical and fundamental analysis. We're going into a bull market, and by the way, yes, I am going to be saying what I just said over and over and over and over again because we're always getting new viewers on these videos. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. You can always unsubscribe if you want to. We have some great content coming for you guys. This kind of content that we're making right now was not around when I got into the space, and boy, howdy do I wish it was because it would have helped me a lot. Hit that subscribe button. We are very appreciative. And also, make sure to go and follow us on Instagram. We are running a giveaway for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy over there. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers, and one lucky winner will be getting CT2A, valued at $349. Follow us on Instagram at CryptoJeb. And before we go, I do want to mention the sponsor of this channel and what makes all of these videos possible, and that is the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. CT2A is the academy that I built over the course of the last 2 years. Everything I have learned in this space, I have poured my heart and soul into this academy. There are over 35 videos and 12 hours of educational content in CT2A to teach you everything from the basics all the way up through the much more advanced concepts in cryptocurrency. Guys, learning cryptocurrency and learning trading should not be difficult, but believe me, it is. If you're trying to do it on your own, it is going to be a challenge, and you don't want to wait 2 years and try and learn it on your own the way that I did, because I missed out on a large portion of the 2016-17 rally because I didn't know what I was doing. I was new to the space. Whether you're new to the space or you've been here for over a year, it is a very good idea to invest in your education because any one of the lessons that you will learn in CT2A could lead you to make one trade that will bring you profit that will pay for the entire course. Guys, we could easily charge thousands of dollars for this product. Believe me, there are other people in the cryptocurrency space charging a lot more for a lot less content, and they are doing just fine. I don't want to do that because I want as many of you guys as possible to be able to invest in your education. It changed my life. I know it can change yours. So guys, yeah, I'm trying to sell you CT2A, not because it keeps the lights on around here, although it does, but because the last 3 years, my life has completely changed because of my education in cryptocurrency and because of my understanding of the importance of self-improvement and education. And when you invest in yourself, you inevitably will see the highest returns. Investing in Bitcoin is great. Even if you invest in Bitcoin at $1, you're still going to see better gains from investing in yourself because you have unlimited potential. Bitcoin will plateau somewhere. It might be at $500,000 or $1 million, but it will plateau. Your potential is unlimited, but you have to invest in your education. If you don't believe me, I encourage you to join our free Discord server down below. Talk to some of our alumni. Ask them in the comment section down below. What do they think about CT2A? Is it worth it? I guarantee you what they're going to tell you is, yeah, it's worth it because I hear from them all the time. We do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee. Yes, we do accept Bitcoin payments. Believe me, I'm more than happy to take your Bitcoin payments if you want to pay in Bitcoin. But anyway, guys, I've been waiting for 3 years for Bitcoin to start a journey back to all-time high, and right now it looks like it's about to happen. It's pretty exciting. It's fun. But let's remember to keep our heads screwed on straight and not get ahead of ourselves because Bitcoin is, at the end of the day, at the whims of all the traders, and you're not all the traders, so you don't know for certain what Bitcoin is going to do. Make sure you think straight. Don't let your emotions get to your head because too many people try to get rich quickly. It's a much better idea to get rich slowly. Think about that. Ponder that. It's very important. Oh, look. Bitcoin's breaking above $15,000. We'll talk about that some more in tomorrow's video. Hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.